Shavuot Tov Rabotai. We are continuing the Mishnah Yomi in Terumot, in the third paragraph of Terumot, at the sixth Mishnah. Hamakdim Terumah lebikurim. What if someone took Terumah before Bikkurim? So, as a reminder, we're going to have a whole Masechet, Davka, specifically on Bikkurim, but the general process of Bikkurim, which they translate as first fruits, but it was really from all 7 species that Eretz Yisrael is praised for, so it would include grains also. When a farmer saw the first examples of his crop that were the first to grow, the first to fill out, he would tie a ribbon around them. And then when they're fully grown, they'd be taken to Yerushalayim. There was a big parade. It was really an impressive spectacle. People would come out to greet the people, the farmers, and everyone bringing their Bikkurim in. They'd bring in golden baskets if they had, and they'd make it very decorated and nice, and they would give it to the Kohanim. So this Bikkurim is just Davka, the first item to fill out, and it's supposed to be given before Terumah. So here the Mishnah says, what if someone's makdim Terumah lebikurim, who does Terumah first? So he takes Terumah from his crop, even though he's got the one in there with the ribbon on it. Maaser rishon leTerumah, or he took his maaser rishon before taking Terumah. Maaser sheni l'rishon, or he took maaser sheni before maaser rishon. Alfu pishu over below taseit. He's not supposed to do that. The Torah tells him, Davka, don't do that. Masha also sui. It is a valid designation. So the tithes have a specific order, and Bikkurim, which I haven't mentioned yet, is before the Terumah, before any of the tithes. But B'diavad, he's not supposed to, but if he did it, it's still a valid designation. Shneimar mile'atacha v'dimacha lo te'acher. It says, do not delay your maleya and your dimua. Now, these are supposed to be referring to Bikkurim and Terumah. And the Mefarshim explained, maleya it's the first one to fill out, like the first stalk of wheat that really fills out and is noticeably growing. And dimacha, it's kind of hard to translate, but it's usually translated as tears or liquids, because Terumah, remember, from olives and grapes is given in liquid form as olive oil and wine. So it's apparently referring to Terumah. And since the pasuk puts maleya before the dima, it puts the Bikkurim before the Terumah, we see that Bikkurim should be separated first, and then the Terumah, and then the maaserot. Mishnah Zayin, minayin sheyikdemu Bikkurim leTerumah. How do you know that if he took the Bikkurim before the Terumah, ze krui Terumah reshit, ze krui Terumah reshit? So the Mishnah explains, how do we know Bikkurim is really supposed to be first? Because they're both called Terumah, and they're both called reshit. Reshit the gancha, that's what we call Terumah. Ze krui Terumah reshit, they're both called Terumah and reshit. Ela yikdemu Bikkurim. Logically, we should prefer and take first the Bikkurim. Shen Bikkurim lakol. Because Bikkurim is like lashon bechor, like a firstborn, so it really should come before everything. The Terumah l'rishon, and we should take the Terumah before the maaser rishon. Shehi reshit. Terumah is called reshit de gancha. Maaser rishon l'sheni, and we should take maaser rishon, which typically goes to a Levi, and some years goes to the Aniyim, before maaser sheni, which is kept by the owner and taken to Yerushalayim, eaten with the sanctity of Yerushalayim, or redeemed on coins, and then used to buy things to Yerushalayim. Sheyesh bo reshit, because the maaser rishon has a reshit in it, meaning it has a Terumah, has Terumah's maaser, the 10% the Levi would separate, which is also a Terumah, that's in the maaser rishon, so it has precedence over the maaser sheni, which does not have a concept of Terumah's maaser. Shkoyach Rabosai.